Hi.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Oh my God, what happened? You turned it down to 2.
Bro, I turned it up to 2, let me tell you.
Oh no.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekly motorcycle live show here on Live on Two Wheels, the YouTube channel, the podcast, the live show. Guys, this is episode 13 of season 3, and it actually is coming out, as we are live here, on May the 4th, which I think I'm not 100% sure with this, but I'm pretty sure it's like the unofficial Star Wars day. So
the official Star Wars day.
Well, it's not like Star Wars didn't like, it ain't in the calendar that Star Wars is bought May the 4th. Can we
petition that?
I'd be down. But we figured it would be a fun episode. I'm not going to take credit for this. Ghost thought it would be a great idea to have like a May the 4th episode, Star Wars thing.
This is horrible for you because I am chock-a-block full of fucking... I've been ready to dump a bunch of Star Wars like fact extended universe. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize in advance if I go off on a fucking tangent.
You know, this is actually a perfect episode to be about Star Wars, and obviously we're gonna try to like reel in the motorcycle-ish.
What is Patty Rick doing?
Patty Rick coming to you live from Miami. Patty, fuck you, guy. Like, I'm in Miami. So yeah, we're gonna try to make it motorcycle-ish theme. We're gonna talk about some futuristic motorcycle stuff that's not real. Wish it was. And we'll talk about crazy. We'll let Bo go deep on his Star Wars stuff. I'm a Star Wars fan. You're a Star Wars nerd. I think it'll be great. This is also perfect because I'm coming in at 2%, and if any episode you're able to carry, this is the one. So I've ran out of water today. I brought in 3 waters. I'm done. And I'm out. But we have hard ciders in the fridge, and it's cold and refreshing. So I'm gonna get drunk and see what happens.
Oh no!
I'm just kidding. It's just a cider.
Yep.
But yeah, guys, this is Live on Two. It's your weekly motorcycle live show here on the internet. It's also available as a podcast if you guys want to listen to it. The audio quality is high, so I can give you that. It's just as much of a shit show, just in audio form. It's available on all podcasting platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcast. That's pretty...
Wow. New review.
Huh?
We have a new review.
Oh, we have a new review?
Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody's about to get a fucking sticker if you're not aware.
Oh, yeah.
If we read your Apple Podcast review, you get one of these stickers. And you can only get it by leaving a review.
Here, let's do a... Look at that.
If we read it on the show live,
I almost want you to put it here to see if we can get some like Inception stuff going with the bottom logo.
Floating.
Oh, it's behind it. Fuck it, whatever. Yeah, we'll give you guys a sticker if we read your review over on Apple Podcasts. So I'm going to read this. You're trying so. Oh, you're getting close.
Yeah.
No, you can be like, nah. I picked it up off screen.
Where it goes like.
We should figure out if you guys are just listening. I am so sorry. You need to watch. Are you doing the? I
don't get the link.
We should keep the stack. This is our mad stack. We should keep the stack like right over here so that you can pull it out of the corner.
Ooh, like
yeah, like you're grabbing the little thing.
Yeah. Nice. Ah. Nice.
Chase, thank you for gifting another.
To Jamil.
Chase gifts a membership. We'll talk about memberships and how you guys can support the show here in a second.
Right now we're talking about stickers.
But right now we're talking about stickers. So let me read this Apple Podcast review real quick. I wish I could zoom in on my computer. It makes me annoyed that I can't. But if I could get some dramatic music, please, because you guys know I have to read things as dramatic as possible. We haven't done this in a minute, so this is going to be interesting. That'll work.
Hey, I got the right.
All right. 100 potatoes. 10 potatoes. 5 stars. By the Silver Age Flash. Firstly, rip Mr. Irish. Also true. I love listening to the live show at work. Kia has us working crazy. Oh, but somebody at Kia. That's awesome. Anyway, so it's hard to keep motivated, but y'all always keep my mind on the task at hand and help keep me from overthinking. Thank you for letting us know that. Thanks for the laughs and smiles. Frodo the Wandering Hobbit. Chase, you don't have to read the Frodo bit. Haha, see y'all on Discord. Love y'all.
Of y'all.
Love y'all of y'all. Can't wait to join Smart when I get a bike again. Don't read this part either. Damn it. Not even low energy Chase is immune to
it's wonderful.
I just meandered through like into a trap. So
Silver Age Flash, if you'll email Chase at Chase on 2 Wheels of you editing that review, we'll get you one of these guys out.
I will send you a super secret link that I only give to people that email me that stuff. And we'll get all your info and get you sent that. Thank you for leaving a review. If you guys want decals, all we want to do is give them to you. That's it. Yep. That's all we want to do. All right, guys. So that's obviously a way to help the show out. We appreciate that. Helps the show grow. And the bigger the show gets, the more ridiculous shit we do. So God help us all. If you guys want to support the show in other ways, you can become a member to this YouTube channel. It's a fun time. So if all of our members in the chat, you guys know what to do while I go over our membership. Now, if you guys have never heard about YouTube memberships, let me show you. Go to the YouTube channel right here. You'll click join. Once you click join, you will become one of these loyalty badge holders and have access to all of these emojis. If you're here on the live show, look in the chat, and that is all the emojis you get. You also get these cool little things next to your name. It's a cool time.
Yep.
Membership is really cool. It helps the channel. It is the best way to help this channel out. So things you get from membership, you get loyalty badges next to your name in the comments in the live chat. You guys can see that are live right now. Custom emojis to use in the comments and live chat. And the more members we get, the more emojis we get. And the well of available emojis that we have ready to make is deep. I don't think we can get to the bottom of it. You also get photos and status updates. Get access to the members only community page where we post show updates, member shout outs, priority of reply in the comments. We're both visual people. We're going to notice your name if you got stuff next to it, because we always look for members badging in when we're responding to chat. So if you guys want to get our attention in chat, there's no better way.
Shiny gets the attention.
Shiny. Fucking world. That's just how it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
The person with the shiniest gets the shine. Also, if
the Ibex and the Ginny look really good in that.
I agree.
That's
good. The circle really stands out. Also, if we get enough members, Ghost gets a ruckus.
Right.
So
let me show that off.
Look at this. This could be the official Live on Two Wheels ruckus, driven by our spectral producer, Ghost.
Get it wrapped.
Wow.
Oh, 100%.
Get in there, guys.
I would only give it to him if we could get it wrapped in like Live on Two Wheels. Yeah, so it would be like a rolling billboard.
Yeah, and it would have to have those two faces somewhere on it.
It would. Oh, God. Yeah, we would just make sure to ruin it with our faces on the side of it. That'd be fantastic.
Ruin or make better?
I cannot decide.
I need a new one where I have the stash.
We need stashed Bo. So yeah, that's how you guys can support the show. We appreciate all of our current members. You guys are absolutely awesome, and we would not be able to do the show without you guys. Okay,
literally.
So no, literally, like quite literally, we couldn't afford the decals that we give away for free. So that's all that stuff. Now, other parts of the beginning part of the show. Oh wait, we didn't talk about Discord. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I'm new here. I'm only 3 years in.
We were just talking earlier about how much of a shit show this is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We, in fact, were. So, final way to support the show, which is totally free, is join the Discord. If you guys, you're watching this, so you're either a weird Star Wars fan that came across a live show on the internet randomly, or you're a motorcycle fan. If you're a motorcycle fan, we have a place for you. Our Discord server is
a Star Wars fan. I got a place for you.
Where?
Our Discord.
Oh, okay. You and Bo can hang out and talk about Star Wars. You specifically, you one guy.
I'm gonna go make a page.
There's a guy just scrolling YouTube. He's like, "Oh, may the 4th be with you." That's neat. Let me click into this live show.
Sorry to that guy.
What the fuck is happening?
Sorry to that guy.
But yeah, Discord's really cool. If you guys want to join the Discord. Oh, God. L Speed, thank you for gifting a membership. You guys are so awesome gifting memberships. You're like, we'll get, somebody deserves this membership.
Welcome to the crew.
Yeah.
Leif or Leif?
Leif Erikson. You watch that show?
No.
Oh, well. Who watches that show in the chat. Let me know. I'll be surprised. I'll be impressed. Anyway, if you guys want to join the Discord, it's a really cool community that we have. It's basically our sub community for this channel and the the Chase on Two Wheels channel for people that enjoy motorcycle content online. It's a niched section, but it's full of cool people that enjoy the same style things you do. Yep. So it's a cool place to hang out with people that like stuff you do. All right. First off in the show, before we get to all the futuristic motorcycle / floaty bikes / things that we probably will never get to ride, we're going to do our quick shifter segment, which is the segment our spectral producer Ghost puts together to go over the motorcycle news happening right now. So I'm going to click into it. I'm going to mute an ad, and then did I do it right? Oh, whoa, pause. Oh my God, no ad. What is this madness? All right, quick shifter time. All right,
I gotta get monetized.
We're not going to help out Ghost with a monetization. Welcome to the quick shifter. Wait, did I say that, or did you put that in?
It's been in there for a little bit.
Yeah, that's been there the whole.
Welcome to the quick shifter?
Yeah.
God, I am thick. And by thick, I mean my skull, not my body, which is all. Never mind.
Good lord.
We're just going to stop.
What's happening over here?
Yamaha files trademark for RZ250 and RZ350, potentially marking a return for models from the 1980s. I support this. Great people were born in the 80s. Oh my God, what a great comment. I totally agree.
I was born in the 80s. Just.
I have a feeling that all three of us, Ghost, you and I, were all born in the 80s. Ghost, is that confirmed? True?
That is confirmed.
I think the 80s was probably the best year to be born.
I was born early enough in the 80s where I got to experience the awesomeness of the late 80s.
I was born late in the
Same.
80s,
Yeah.
So I barely get in there. Oop,
Yep.
Should have stopped.
MotoGP is testing one-way rider radio system for race directions. Currently, MotoGP does not have any communication with the riders. I've been wondering why they haven't been doing this. Because I was talking to somebody at the track, and I'm like, it would just make sense. Just like they have in car racing, to have
F1?
communication with like crew chiefs and stuff like that. Be like, hey, it's doing this, or hey, you need to do this. Like, why that isn't a thing?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you have to house everything in that helmet, though.
Yeah.
You know, which is a technological hurdle to get past.
Good lord.
The Distinguished Gentleman's Ride has the best team ever. Ontwo Wheels is riding in Atlanta on May 21st, consisting of Yankee Rides, Patty Rick, Yonto SP, D3, and Ghost. Want to chip in? It's for a good cause. There's a link for you. Ghost, if you could drop that link in the chat, that'd be awesome. Yeah, guys, help out the Ontwo Crew, promote the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. I'm not going to be able to be in there this year, but it's still an awesome cause that we want to support.
Yep. 4 more bikes have been added to the Ghost rankings. 2 Yamahas and 2 Triumphs from Moto America. Let's check out the leaderboard. I know one thing is for sure, that seat is at the top.
This is dramatic because that 1200 rally is dun 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 dun. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hold on. Shh. Oh.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw that happening.
That's what I'm talking about.
Could not stop talking about the seat.
Still not.
It is still so good.
The Versus 1000 still at the top. Let's try this again, Chase. No voiceover clips, so you can introduce yourself, but I have the relaxing music there for you. Ready? Yes, I am, Ghost. Alrighty guys, it's my favorite time of the week. It's the Ghost Tip of the Week. I did okay that time. This is everything I got left, guys.
I can't ascribe.
Ghost Tip of the Week. Be warned, if you work at a calendar factory, it's possible you could be fired if you take days off.
Wow.
I didn't get it till I was at the last line.
Wow.
This is fantastic. I can literally be in the middle of reading something and I just don't read ahead. And I got the payoff
We
when
know.
everybody else got the payoff.
Everybody knows.
Well, I know, but I mean,
Literally
typically,
everyone knows.
typically, it's I'm reading a review and people are like clowning in the review, but that was a situation where it worked out great. Ghost, I totally agree. And anybody whose job that saved, you're welcome. Oh my God! A short time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Ghost, this is so too much.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
I love how it's close enough, but
Yeah.
not.
Episode 13 of Season 3, May the 4th. The crew of Live on Two Wheels have somehow found themselves transported to a galaxy far, far away. Armed only with their knowledge of two wheels, they try to successfully blend in and start a life in the New Republic, doing a talk show. Not a podcast, because pod is the thing that they race on Tatooine, and the Hutts already have podcast trademarked in this galaxy, and any infringement on that would result in a bounty hunter coming after you guys, and let's be honest, they wouldn't last very long. How dare you? However, that is not the only threat to the LOTW crew, as the dreaded Smort Empire is lurking, always intent on turning more to the smart side of the Force. Will Chase Solo, Chewbacca, Obi Patkin, Koop-Nobi, and Force Ghost resist the smort, or will the memes of the Empire take over?
God, you almost didn't make that.
I didn't. I died halfway through and was resurrected.
It's got a very Spaceballs kind of feel to it, I'm going to be honest.
Let's meet our heroes. Oh my God. Chewbacca, Force Ghost, Obi-Pat, Koop-Nobi, and Chase Solo.
That's hilarious. Why are you wearing a Smort vest? I thought Smort were the bad guys.
I stole it so I could sneak in.
Yeah.
Because that's something that Chase Solo would do.
That's hilarious. I love this music being so super close.
Yes.
But obviously made so it's not copyright.
Threading the needle.
Disney don't fuck around.
No, it does not. Oh my God. I love this.
Wait. Save on a cargo unit. Use promo code GHOST on Two Wheels.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wait, what? You have a discount code?
Oh, I love this. I love
Ghost,
this so
do you have
much.
a discount code?
I do. I'm an
That's
ambassador.
awesome. Nice.
Okay, guys. So
Did you
Ghost,
hear what he just said?
I did.
He's an ambassador.
We're all an ambassador. We if you're on the show, you have to be an ambassador.
I'm saying he's
We
got
only-
his own. Oh, did you not just he
Dude, I was just getting over what I just watched, and it was
on
so
the
great.
screen. He has his own
Guys,
discount code.
I literally.
God damn it! Acknowledge this.
This is amazing.
Ghost has his. Oh, he is an
Ghost,
ambassador.
put your discount code in the chat so that everybody knows, and say from Cardo Ambassador Ghost.
Yes,
Ambassador
Jesus
Ghost. That was great. All right,
Good Lord,
that was fantastic.
I'm with you on that, bud.
That was great. So L Speed for. Oh wait, sorry, I'm not supposed to read things until they pop up. Okay. You know what? Ironically, since I left early yesterday, I actually went home and watched Star Wars.
I've been playing the new Jedi Survivor game.
I don't know which one I watched because I can't remember. I can't keep them up these days.
And then we watched the entirety of Obi-Wan.
Yesterday?
No. Over the
Oh
last-
my God! I thought you
this-
went home
this
and was
week.
like, "I'm about to watch."
This week. No, I
the
finished
rest.
up Jedi Survivor.
Is that a video game?
Yes. Oh, there you go.
Hey, L Speed, thank you for the donation. For the Ruckus Fund, Ghost deserves it after all. After that. My God.
There's going to be a series of small strokes from Chase all day today.
Absolutely. L Speed, thank you for the support. Okay, so Star Wars.
Yeah.
Motorcycles. Bikes. Let's go. Well, tell us about the thing you played and finished.
Have you not heard of this series of games?
No. The only Star Wars game I've played is when it's like there was a multiplayer and you could go into battle and like everybody's fighting each other.
Battlefront.
Battlefront. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
You can fly stuff in it too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty neat. It was fun.
I'm a big fan of Star Wars games, even the ones that have less than stellar launches. But like back in the day, before World of Warcraft.
Okay. Wow. That's
Yeah. There was a game called Star Wars Galaxies that I was hooked on.
I have to look into this now.
It was one of my favorite games, and the whole reason that I love Star Wars video games was because of Star Wars Galaxies.
Star Wars.
It's not.
Galaxy.
They shut it down when the new Star Wars, the Old Republic MMO started. But it's one of my favorite games. I love Star Wars.
Let's go ahead and accept the fact that this show's going to get demonetized.
Probably.
There's the odds of us getting through an entire show without showing one clip of one thing. There's no chance.
Yeah.
Your support is helpful.
I love Star Wars. And I'm one of the few Star Wars fans that likes all of the Star Wars movies.
Pause. Is Jedi Survivor the new game?
The new one, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It's great, by the way. I had a pretty...
so here's a screen grab of Star Wars Galaxy. Is this correct?
No.
It's not an MMO?
I don't think. No, that's
Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
No, that's Galaxy of Heroes, which is a mobile game.
All right, what about this?
That is.
Oh, so it's like a...
That looks like a weird screenshot, but yes.
Is this like you...
no, this is not indicative of what the game was like. It was like playing WoW, but with Star Wars.
I've never played WoW, so that...
It's Guild Wars. Pick an MMO.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Loved it. I also played SOTOR, which is the one that replaced it.
Okay.
I still play that. I fire it up. I probably like 1 or 2 months out of the year. I love Star Wars. I love all of Star Wars. I love the extended universe. I think George Lucas.
What is the extended universe?
It's all the stuff that other people made outside of the canon lore.
What's an example of that?
Any of the Old Republic stuff, like the stuff that happened thousands of years before the movies.
Huh.
Pretty much, if it doesn't touch the movies, it was extended universe, and a lot of stuff was explained because George Lucas was not a good storyteller. He was a good, filmmaker, but the story was like the original trilogy. Least favorite.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's an action movie in space. That's all it is, and people want to pretend.
Sold.
People want to pretend like it's some space opera, and it's like this brilliant storytelling. It wasn't. George Lucas didn't even think there was going to be 2 other ones. So,
I feel like that's the way any show or movie that comes into, like, you can only think so deep into a story before it's like, you're never going to, like, get the job done if you, like,
the best
flesh
thing that happened
out.
to Star Wars was all the fans that made content outside of it. Like that, and then got fleshed out and was canonized and then decanonized when it got sold to Disney. Which is why there are some things in the new trilogies that are kind of like callbacks, putting stuff back into canon that was decanonized. At any rate, I love playing Star Wars games because the Star Wars universe is like my favorite, like, power fantasy. Get future samurai knights with laser swords.
I've never thought about Star Wars and Jedi people being like futuristic samurai.
That's literally what they fashioned them out of, was like that. The whole idea behind the Jedis was kind of a Knights of the Round Table, ancient samurai kind of.
Okay, so now I need you to sell me on why I should get Jedi Survivor since it's available on Xbox, and I'm a Xbox.
I don't know if it would depend on if you've ever played anything that's like a Souls-like game, like a Dark Souls or anything like that.
Is that the type of thing where if you die, you're like dead, and you have to go back?
It can be. It's not as severe as that.
Okay.
And it is tunable so that you can be as punishing or as not punishing. But it's not about like. There was a game back in the day called Force Unleashed, and it was it was just like, what kind of craziness can we do with like maximum force, right?
Okay.
Definitely like hero fantasy, like you're the most powerful being in the universe.
I just realized that this is going to be so video gamey and so little motorcycle.
We'll get around to the motorcycle part, but it's not as punishing as the Souls like that it is. The story is great.
Okay.
The combat is great. The customization is cool. I mean, I made Jedi Steve.
The customization being you can customize your character.
You can customize your character.
Can you
your little
ride
droid.
anything?
Yes, animals.
Well, that, okay.
Yeah, you have two different animals that you can ride. I'm sure there's others.
Are any of them as fast as a speeder bike / motorcycle?
Yeah.
Would you ride a speeder bike if it was a real thing?
Maybe.
Why?
I don't know, man. Watching them fly around in the forests, and it's just like one wrong move.
Yeah, you're tree splat.
Yeah,
100%.
like
If you guys don't know what a speeder bike is, here I'll show you a video. Ghost is
in
cool.
Galaxies, you could have all manner of different types of speeders and stuff.
I always found it fascinating that these guys can't shoot, but they're gonna get on this thing and actually like correctly fly through a forest.
That's because stormtroopers weren't clones, so they weren't cloned off of the same guy, the Jango Fett guy. No.
So how does that have to do with
Because they're not. He was like pinnacle of combat.
combat? Don't got nothing to do
warrior.
with flying around though, right?
Yeah, I know, but like they can't shoot, but they can fly around. But they all like fucking end up in trees and shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair.
I mean, they're clearly not good.
Wait, Ghost, what are you posting in here?
Yeah,
What is this like GoldenEye looking shit?
So this is from some multiplayer levels that I created when I was in high school.
Nice.
Jedi
No.
Was this
Yeah.
what was the game called? Fuck.
Jedi Knight Dark Forces.
Yes.
2.
The Dark Forces, the whole Jedi Knight series was some of my favorites.
So you made these levels?
Yeah, I did.
That's really cool.
Producer.
to tie it into futuristic vehicles.
Okay.
One of the reasons that I loved Galaxy so much was because you could be an architect, which is a non-combat class, and you just built things, player homes, all sorts of stuff. But one of them was a shipwright, and you could make vehicles. And I am obsessed with like the speeders, bike scenes, and Luke's speeder that he takes in Tatooine. That little weird, like, almost looks like like an old 8-track with engines on it. Like,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I was obsessed with those as a child.
So how does a game allow you to make vehicles? Like it has to have pre-built things.
It's like, yeah, you have like, I'm building this thing, you get a blueprint, but then you have to go get the materials. It gets real deep and real weird.
Oh, gotcha.
And like, I spent a long time making those things. But yeah, I was obsessed with. I didn't care about all the other stuff, like being a Jedi or anything like that. I went around and I got resources and I made cool ships.
Leave it to you to turn a fighting game into, I'm going to farm elements so that I can build vehicles.
I went so far as to switch my character to different servers so I could get their best in resource. Mm-hmm. It's like the highest quality resource that we didn't have. Mm-hmm. I would trade them some of the highest quality resources we had that they didn't have, and get all that. I had a whole city just filled with storage with all these like years, and I would make the best ships and speeders that you could possibly get.
You heard it here, guys. Go to Bose.
I was a mogul. Like, it was hilarious. I loved that game so much, but mostly I liked just zipping around on like Tatooine or Dathomir on my little speeder bikes or my actual speeders or flying in space. I'm upset. I'm with the speeder scene in Tatooine when they come up and him and Obi-Wan Kenobi or get stopped at the by the stormtroopers. I remember seeing that for the first time, and it's just like sitting there floating, and you're looking underneath it, and you're like, as a kid, you're like, that's fucking magic.
That's not supposed to happen.
And I was obsessed from that moment.
Interesting. I find it fascinating that you go into a video game and you go like hardcore capitalism and build your empire.
Yeah.
Like that's really fascinating to me. So why don't you want to drive around in a Ferrari and go mine elements for Ferrari creation?
If it doesn't float, I don't fucking want it.
Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to blow like a 5-year-old Beau's mind. Like, how is that possible? Like, I knew it wasn't real. I wasn't watching a real thing, but I couldn't figure out how they did that, like, as a practical effect. Like I couldn't figure it out, and it just like I was like, how are they doing that? Is it magnets?
That's what you were worried about as a kid?
I was so
It's like, how does
fascinated.
that float?
I was so fascinated.
What's the propulsion system? Let me go build it.
Like flying cars, man. But hovering vehicles, I don't know what it is.
So if they're way high in the sky,
I get how that works.
it's like whatever. But if it's barely above the ground, how the fuck?
In Star Citizen, my favorite vehicles are the ground vehicles that hover. I don't know what it is. Like flying, I get because that makes sense. Like from a physical standpoint, I was like, okay, they got engines and like whoosh and their wings, cool. But you just have a fucking motorcycle hanging about 3 feet off the ground. I'm just like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
That's one of the things that I, in general, I agree with you. Floating, hovering seems to be far more challenging to figure out than actually flying.
Yeah.
But one of the interesting things I always thought about, like speeder bikes, and then the other vehicles that are like in the Star Wars, like everything floats.
Yeah.
Like somehow, even the junkyard shit.
Even if it doesn't float, then it walks, which is hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. There's
like,
no in between.
The only like notable vehicle that didn't do that was a sandcrawler. Like everything else was like.
Is that the really big tank looking thing?
Yeah.
That it's giant tank. Okay.
Yeah. And it's like everything else either walks or.
Well, so here's I don't remember the episode I watched last night. It was the one where Solo gets
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't Solo, but the other one, whatever. So in that movie, this is not a speeder bike, but it's what's her face has this really old junky
Ship
vehicle, like tiny, single person
It-
vehicle. She's loading the.
If I'm not mistaken, if I don't recall correctly, that's just part of of like a pod racer type thing that she's fashioned into a speeder bike.
Right, which makes total sense. So my thing is, in this world, she is like collecting materials to go sell to whatever, but she goes like she drives or flies or hovers to a location where she's going to go like find elements and things, and she leaves it there and it stays floating.
Yeah.
But she goes back to it like after she's probably gone to this location and spent hours collecting these pieces of metal that she's going to sell off. She goes to it and it's floating, but she has to crank it up before it starts moving.
Just like a passive hovering.
Yeah, so in my head, I'm like, okay, so and when it cranks up, it does the whole thing of like it cranked up like your bolt would crank up, like it did not want to, and then it eventually does. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, eventually, yeah, but like it's that type of thing where okay, so like this old hunk of trash,
which incidentally is my second favorite type of like future vehicle is the ones that are like it's post-apocalyptic but future. And like everything is slapped together from whatever they find,
but it worked.
Love that kind of stuff. Like,
but like it,
because in a world where like we have in a fictional world, depending on how bad we are at keeping lore alive, maybe not so fictional, but we, you know what I mean?
Shocker, we're terrible.
Yeah, but like. I love the idea of getting to a point where we're so far in the future from a ruined planet that it's primitive, but we're working with leftover technology and not understanding
at that point leftover technology would like blow people's minds at this
and it's just like they're just slapping all these random things together, but it's all futuristic stuff, but the people that are using it are like
I know, I agree, that kind of dichotomy is really interesting, but I'm sitting there watching it and I'm over here like it's already floating, but you had to crank it up, so it's got passive float.
Maybe the crank is just the engines, the propulsion, not.
So you have to have two systems inside of these machines.
Look, I am not from the future. I don't know how this works.
What? That's the only reason you were hired.
I'm from the future.
Yeah.
I'm doing a bad job.
Lies.
No, there's a game called Horizon, and that's kind of the vibe. It's like these nomadic, almost like indigenous tribes.
Every time you mention a game, I have to look it up because I don't remember names.
That like are very primitive, but using pieces of technology wrong. Like they're attaching things to spears, but it's like clearly some high tech stuff.
Wait, is it? Hold on, this game?
Yes, that's the newest one.
So this giant like
that's a robot. Yeah.
Okay.
But they just know them as like, that's just the animals that are in the area.
How does that animal?
It's amazing.
Okay, noted. So these are like recent games coming out.
Yeah.
So the
I love stuff like that where you're using technology that's all cobbled together. That's also why I liked Star Wars, because Star Wars had a very kind of almost like slightly steampunky kind of vibe where it's like everything's kind of like.
It depends on what area they're in.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because like the mid rim and outer rim always had like I guess this thing that's been sitting in the desert for like 80 years. I guess I can just take parts off of it and slap it to mine.
Yeah, that's fair. I do like that idea though.
Yeah.
Because like at the same point though, I also like I love Tron. So like which is there's no like story arcs to that. It's literally like future shit looking like future shit doing future shit.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in the same boat.
The original Tron was just like a flex on what they were able to do, like VFX wise back then.
Hold on.
Is there a question?
Ghost says Ghost sent me a thing that says there's going to be a matching Star Wars characters to motorcycles, right? What would Chewbacca ride?
Oh, good lord! No, Chewbacca would be. Chewbacca would 100% be like a big Vulcan 2000 turned into a rat rod.
Wait, are we able to cobble that together, Ghost? What would characters ride? Or do we not have enough time for that?
It would be a fucking rusted out Vulcan 2000.
We might need a whole episode for that, because that would be a fun episode.
That is bobbed out, chopped out, rusted out.
Hold on, I like this. Ghost, put it in the archive of us to do a video or a show on what characters of a movie and what bikes they would ride. Because
that would have to upgrade for like movie characters.
Essentially, yeah. But we would have to have a list of characters from a movie.
Yeah.
And we would each have to in Path to Upgrade, where we're choosing what bike somebody gets, we're choosing like, all right, Han Solo would ride this. That would be hilarious. Okay, so that future episode, whatever it is,
fucking diesel KLR.
You would though. Oh my god, that'd be great. All right, so Ghost, you have a YouTube video in here, Star Wars speeder bike test drive. Gets me really excited. So I'm gonna click into it and see what
I'm gonna assume that one of these is that YouTube dude that was always hanging around Casey Neistat.
We will find out.
Like
first,
a tall dude.
First is Star Wars speeder bike test drive. I have not seen this. I do not know. Oh my god.
So
what
gross.
An ad.
So gross. That's a very vile.
Oh my god. Hell no. Why are your feet?
That would, because he doesn't know where to put his feet.
But wait, the wheels are. Hold on. There's so much.
That would be so unruly with all that weight up front.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got a lot of weight in the back, clearly.
Yeah, but you have so much outside of the axles up front that, like, every bump you would hit, you'd be like...
Okay, so second question, though, there's no axle. It's the tire is going into some sort of mechanism up top. Also, it sounds electric. Like, that. I mean, it is. It has to be electric.
I mean, possibly.
Hold on, we have to restart this. Okay, everybody in the chat, Cleaner. That's... yeah, can't go? Just eat prunes. Yeah, look at that. There's no axle.
Look at it bouncing. Oh, no. I don't like that at all.
Okay, so it's electric drive. It's some sort of, like... I mean, I've never seen... I mean, I have in, like, graphic things, but, like, a wheel that doesn't have an axle that's rotating around? How?
No, he's got a... Is it hubless? I can't see from this angle. So, a hubless wheel, they've existed for a while.
Hubless motorcycle?
Yeah.
That'll bring up what I'm looking. All right, guys, we're gonna go on to Search Fest real quick. Hubless motorcycle.
Yep, that's been around for a while.
But like, is that a? Holy shit!
Yeah.
Is that like you can drive these though?
I mean, yeah.
Bro, that's nuts.
Yep.
I need to see one of these in real life.
They've been around for a while. Also, Elspeed, I agree. I don't know why he didn't put foot pegs like on the speeder bike like they have already.
Right, yeah, the foot peg thing doesn't make any sense. I mean, can I click on this? I don't know. We're all just going to investigate it. I don't care about your damn article, dude. I want to see video of a hubless motorcycle going down the road.
Yeah, they got hubless motorcycles. They got hubless 4-wheel motorcycles where the two wheels are put together side by side.
Okay, so how does a hubless thing work? Like what?
From what I know is there's a driving gear, which is the thing holding on to it.
Okay.
And then it drives the rim through it like a cog.
Oh,
yeah,
and it's just the rubber tire that
some of them use a chain that goes around the perimeter of the rim.
Okay.
Kind of like it's a gigantic sprocket that's on the outside of the rim.
Interesting.
I've seen some of them that way too. Yeah.
Hold on. I don't know what we're watching, but I'm going to see if this will go to anything. Ride the thing.
Yeah, see, he's got the belt around the perimeter.
Oh.
Yeah. Some of them do it that way where the drive chain is around the perimeter.
So what's holding the tire to the swing arm then?
In these cases, they'll either have something that hangs onto the back of it.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So you see that little piece in the front?
Yeah.
That's what's holding it to the swing arm.
Dude,
so they have two pieces that come up and hold the rim.
Right.
And then the drive gears on the outside of the rim. And basically, that's a bearing surface. The whole thing is a bearing surface.
So, like, this is clearly, like... Okay,
like, the actual working Tron bike uses the same thing.
So, to change a tire out, you got to essentially take the swing arm off.
I mean...
Or take the mechanism totally out.
Yep.
I mean, I'm over here like, is that worth... like it having some crazy
I feel like it would drive like shit because it's such a huge driving surface. Like, I mean, that'd be like putting a fucking 90-tooth sprocket on your rear tire. You would go bloop and like just
and dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so he's got Hubless wheel design concept. So yeah, that's solid works right there.
Oh wait, are you in my limit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Here,
so
we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn a
inner surface that holds it to the swing arm, and then the outer surface is the rotating mass, and then that is driven by a gear of some sort. Some of them are using actual gears. Some of them are using belts and
so you
chains.
still have like a brake rotor and a regular brake.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this? There we go. Make it spin. Make it spin.
Yeah.
Let me see it spin.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
I'm surprised you don't see more people doing ridiculous shit with this, though.
Well, I mean, there's probably got to be a reason, right?
Oh, see, this makes sense. Okay, now my brain can conceptualize this.
Yeah.
So instead of a swing arm, you just have these two side plates that are connected to probably the frame, and then you have this connected to the subframe, the two shocks. So that way you don't need... Interesting.
Yeah. There's like a million ways to skin a cat on this, and the most common one that I see is instead of it being attached at the swing arm,
right here.
Yeah, it's a plate that attaches to the swing arm.
Gotcha. So, like in a situation like this,
I've seen,
right?
And then the ones that I've seen are mostly chain driven.
So, in a situation like this, let's just say your car size tire is out of tread. You have to remove at minimum one side and the suspension.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's a cool look.
Friggin' Mark, Hubless R6 WBR. Yeah, friggin' Mark.
It's a cool look. It looks cool, but I have to think, I've never ridden one, so I would just have to think that there's some reason that not everybody's doing it. Either it's prohibitively expensive, and or there are some drawbacks to it that cause it to be a fucking nightmare.
I think the
situation would be one of those.
I think the situation with this would be like, this is super cool, and it's possible, clearly, and there's no reason that it couldn't be not cost effective, but cost the same as a regular like swing arm situation if it was made in enough mass. But I would tell you 100% the reason that's not more popular is because of it would be so incredibly much more work to change your tire out, which is something that you're going to have to do not relatively often, like once a year. Like changing a tire out goes from like a couple $100 for a new tire to
your
like,
perception of reality is so skewed by the fact that you can throw a fucking rock and ride a different bike.
What do you mean?
That once a year change a tire?
I've never changed the tires on my MT10.
It's month 5 of having those tires.
You've got a long commute though.
It's month 5 of those, and those are like hella high mileage tires. And I'm now eking on the wear bar.
What it is me and you exist on two.
If you put
opposite
the same amount of miles on one bike as you do because you get to spread the load.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
On bikes I don't want.
Like your MT10 gets the least amount of miles, so you're like you could have a fucking set of tires on there for like 2-3 years.
Coming on 4. Yeah.
So like
that's what I'm saying. We exist on opposite spectrums where you're doing high miles every day on the same bike.
I would fucking hate this. Like I would just be like, no.
Oh yeah. So you would be even more.
Let's go solid rubber tires.
You need those tires with like the honeycombs in them that just like never go down.
Get those NASA mesh tires.
Right.
Yeah.
They're probably only a couple milli.
Yeah. No worries. No, the actual working Tron bike, the one that has been.
Yeah, I think we got a photo of it. I've
been around and it shows and stuff and actually works. Uses that same concept of a hubless wheel.
If you don't think I have to show everybody a working Tron bike, you've lost your fucking mind.
I also imagine those things weigh a fucking ton.
Yeah. That's the thing. When I've ever seen the Tron things, because like obviously I see the Tron bikes and I'm like, oh my god, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But every time I watch
what is it about Tron that you like so much? Is it the pretty lights and the sparklies?
I think it's the pretty lights and the music, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm a.
Did you ever watch the original Tron?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
So
because I know you said I like the music, but I also think that you like the music because like the new one.
Oh, it's got Daft Punk and everything. Yeah. No, the new Tron.
He's got a video of.
Oh, a sheriff. Cool.
Yeah. Hubless wheel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, see this
they're using a little bit different of a mechanism. I don't know if they're using are they using a single wheel or are they using a double wheel? I think they're using a double surface wheel.
I don't know. See, this thing would suck ass to ride though.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, look, he looks super comfortable.
Yeah, but like
you fucking hit one little fucking bump and you are literally swan diving off the front of that.
Bro, he was barely going.
Fucking hips and his arms are like 75 feet apart.
But he's also like he's barely turning and he's touching at the full lock of how far he can go.
So uncomfortable.
Also, can we just be clear? Like this guy.
He looks like he's about to get ready to be pounded in the ass. Like, let's just be 100% honest.
This guy is 100% in Florida. Can we agree with that?
That's a very Florida look.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I
the
just
chain and the goat.
Here's.
Yeah, and the sunglasses. Got to protect the eyeballs, right?
Yeah, and he doesn't have a helmet on. And
how uncomfortable this guy looks. You're basically laying down.
So the question, I guess, becomes when it comes to bikes like this.
Yeah.
Would you? I know your answer, but I'll ask you anyway. Would you be willing to sacrifice rideability?
No.
For that's
hell no.
Like I love the way these Tron bikes look. They look so cool. Not that one, but like the actual Tron.
They always look like it is.
Like if you
most uncomfortable.
Bro,
thing
like
ever.
this thing. Bro, I'm here for it all day. But I know for a fact, and you can see that guy who was just riding around, that will ride like shit.
Yeah.
And even me, who is, I feel like of anybody in the shop, I am the first guy to sacrifice performance for looks. Like that's just who I am. But even I have a limit, and that would most certainly be the limit. Oh wait, hold on. We got street legal Tron motorcycle.
Yeah.
I don't care about this is what I want to see.
Yeah, looks so uncomfortable. Oh, and it steers from the hub? Ugh.
How does that
Ugh.
How's that? Oh my god.
That looks so uncomfortable.
Here's the thing, how shitty does it look during the day though?
Yeah,
oh my god,
right.
It gets burnt. It does look kind of cool at night though.
That probably weighs like fucking 1,200
Look
pounds.
how thick. Oh my god. You know this is not going to ride well. It's going to look cool for like 3 seconds.
Did you ever watch the new Judge Dredd movie?
No, I did not.
No, that has one of my favorite motorcycles.
Actually, guys in the chat, let us know.
Oh, holy shit!
What?
Ghost just made the other fictional bikes appear, and one of them is the Lawmaster from Judge Dredd.
Oh, okay. We'll look at those in here in a second. You guys, thank you, Ghost. You guys, let us know in the chat if it was available. These hubless, let's just say the Tron bikes, would you get a cool looking motorcycle? Let's be honest, that looks cool at night only, but sacrifice all of the rideability. Let us know. I can't even get in on that. Okay, so let's look at this other Halloween levitating Star Wars speeder costume while you guys are voting in the chat, and then we'll, not voting, but like letting us know, and then we'll go back over there. I mean, these things are, oh, thank God it's not a poop ad.
Who is this from?
This one, Jesse?
Yes, that's him.
His name is literally Jesse?
It's the guy that's always doing videos with like...
All right, let's see what this is all about.
It's in New York, so it's going to be a very Casey Neistat kind of vibe. They've done the Aladdin hoverboard.
How do you... Oh, with mirrors. Okay, that's fascinating.
Which
it doesn't
really work
great
at all.
But I mean, you have to be at such a perfect angle. Yeah, I mean, like this. It's kind of okay.
Oh, homeboy.
That guy's impressive. I mean, it is kind of interesting to. It's kind of interesting to use mirrors, right? Like that's really neat.
This was just exclamations. That fuck New York, you were hilarious.
I feel like,
there you go, Star Wars, yeah.
Oh wow, they made 2 of them. Okay, that's kind of neat. So the question is there any way to do this without using mirrors? Because I feel like mirrors worked. I mean, like it kind of solves the problem.
The problem with mirrors is in a urban environment is there's so many like contrasting lines that effect will never work. Mirrors are what they used a lot in the original Star Wars movies to hide the platforms that moved the speeders, but they were filming in deserts.
That, and they had like,
and so it's like
angles.
it's all about that uniformity of the environment that it's reflecting. Because
Right.
there's those crazy houses out in the desert that are made of mirrors, and they will literally disappear at certain hours of the day.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't know about that.
There's that gnat that's just
I know
steady
he's
trying to face fuck you.
attacked my face.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool. Like here's a pause screen, but like you can see right now, like that doesn't work. I get it. It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
How did they make the actual vehicle? Like, is it like a electric bicycle?
I bet it's a scooter. Like, because the way he kicked it off to go, he's on a center stand.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Interesting indeed. I love these little skits, but you know that's not the kind of thing that made me go like, as a kid, I would see that and I'd be like, man, fuck you.
Well, the kids got really excited about it.
You see a fucking mirror? I'd be like, fuck you.
Does it float? No. Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But
actually.
there's the other side of like a movie, like future movie. Sorry, I think I got it.
I don't think so. I just saw him fly off.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. Let's go through the chat. Nope. Okay, so nobody's gonna choose a cool looking vehicle with Hubless to look cool. That's
some people are like, yeah. Some people like it. They like the look. I get it. It looks cool. But you know, motorcycles need to look like motorcycles for me.
Okay.
So that's kind of like why I like the speeder bike, because
it's not a motorcycle.
Not a motorcycle. And when I see a motorcycle that like floats, I'm just like, meh.
So, fun fact, since we were kind of talking about Tron, do you know what my favorite bike in Tron is?
Which one?
This scene, my friend. Oh my God, State Farm. Jesus Christ, the ads. Bo is still trying to catch the gnat. Still has not succeeded.
And he escaped.
This Ducati Sport 1000.
Huh.
This.
Yeah.
This is before your time here. But fun facts, when I started WBR Garage, my original idea was to get a monster and make it into that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I found out really quickly that this had to be a very specific motorcycle. I was an idiot at that point.
Yeah.
Still am, to be fair. But this scene is probably one of my favorite motorcycle scenes. I don't know why. There's nothing particularly spectacular about it, other than the fact it's semi-close to being real. Except for when he jumps off this giant thing as if some old-ass Ducati would easily be able to do that.
No, it would fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, most bikes would, to be this shot. Ain't no way. That's just not going to happen, bud.
Yeah.
And then be totally fine. Yeah, so that scene was always like a really cool thing to me. But, like, again, the cop not knowing where he went, it's also like, bro, he would 100% see it. Very cool scene. Always loved that bike. And then, obviously, we got all the cool Tron stuff happening later in it. So you like speeder bikes because they're not
Trying to be motorcycles.
they're not trying to be a motorcycle. Do you not like Tron bikes because they are essentially a futuristic version of that?
I don't know. It's just, I mean, they look uncomfortable.
He just wants comfort, okay, guys? He just wants to be comfortable.
That's why I don't like the Bat Pod for the same reason.
All right, let's show you guys. Ghost has got us fictional two-wheeled vehicles. First up, we have the Tron bike. This is a Tron bike with somebody on it. You can see their arm here. Such a cool look. Love that. Would hate to ride it. Next up, we have the Bat Pod, which
It's the same bike but without a skin.
yeah, if you took the fairings off, and added guns to it, this is essentially what the what the Tron bike is. What if there's one shop in Hollywood or whatever that made the Tron bike, and then Batman's like, "Hey, can I have one too?"
I would not put it past them. Nick Ingalls, how about the Kanata bike from Akira? Any of the Akira bikes? I showed you that random photo.
What is the Akira?
Just look up Akira motorcycles and you'll see a whole bunch. Yeah,
obvious.
Yeah, there's all sorts of them. So that image I showed you the other day, it was like 2 or 3 of those bikes that were like generated by AI.
Akira bike.
Yeah. You'll know exactly.
Is it red?
Yeah, you'll know exactly what I'm saying when I showed you those pictures. Remember those pictures I showed you like 2 weeks ago?
This thing?
Yeah.
I love how they're sponsored by Canon, a photography company, and Shoei. I love that.
Yeah.
So is this like a show or what is this?
Yeah, it's an anime.
This thing looks like a Technic. Like if you were going to build a Technic motorcycle, this is what it would look
I love
like.
this thing. I fucking love this thing.
Is it just me, or do like having a fully hold out hub and a hub with like a plate on it? They both have the same. They achieve the same thing.
I love. We talked about this when we were doing a review of cars and stuff, and we're looking at them. I love the solid wheels. I love that look.
We're starting to see a couple of those on motorcycles these days, which is really fascinating.
Yeah, like the what is it? The Rush.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Nice.
Goonie Jedi Survivor
anniversary.
gameplay.
Yep.
Hold on. I want to find the Rush so I can show you guys.
Yeah, the Rush has the vented, like, yeah.
That way you guys can see what we're talking about.
But
This is MV Agusta Rush. It has it's not full back here. It obviously has like
that's just a carbon fiber plate too over the actual wheel.
Yeah, it's
But I love that look.
Yeah, it adds
the Akira bike. It's similar to the Lawmaster from Judge Dredd.
What a chubby little guy.
That thing looks bad as shit in person.
It looks bad as shit here. It just looks like tiny.
Yeah,
it's just hilarious.
Yeah, I like the big chunky like tanks of bikes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the chunkier bikes too. The MT10 is definitely the MT10 is about as long as a chunky bike can get.
Sorry,
What?
It's steely. So it's like this. It's the type of wheel that we're basically talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I like the big chunky boys. Like I said, he put it up there. I didn't know he did that, but the Lawmaster from Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd.
Yeah, so check this thing. So tell us about this thing. I've never seen this before.
Dude, this thing is so meaty. Look at the wheelbase on this. Look, it's definitely an extended swing arm.
I love how tiny the kickstand is, because this is some real life shit.
Yeah, so I was trying to figure out like what bike it was from, like what was the original bike, but they have so much of it covered that I can't really tell, and it's clearly a custom.
So this is like a video game image, like a
no.
Like this is not.
This
an
looks
actual
like a diecast model of the one from the movie.
It does look kind of crazy though. You wouldn't be able to see past this, and the handlebar poking out kind of
a screen in there.
Yeah, but the handlebar poking out back here.
Yeah.
Like, is there a shot of somebody riding, like quote unquote riding this?
I'm sure there is.
Hold on, I have to find this.
Yeah, he's got there. Look, he's got the image on it.
Wow, you.
Yep.
Dude, you want to talk about ruin the image of a motorcycle? Okay, look at this, right? Kind of looks cool, and then watching somebody ride it, wow. I have personally looked cooler riding a scooter before.
Still love it. I love that.
This is terrible.
You got to think about all those fucking weapons in front of him.
Bro, this ruins that.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
He looks like he's on, like, hold on. Just, I can't do it for you guys, but like, imagine that you just see him sitting there in like a straight chair position.
I like how he picked the worst possible shot.
It is 100% the worst possible shot you could get of that, and I love every second of it.
Yeah.
Scooter looking piece of shit.
The original one was a very like beefy. It's a ridiculous looking one from the original movie.
That one looks beefy too.
So
it's just when somebody rides it, looks like crap.
The one from the original movie was gargantuan. It looked like an old Goldwing with a bunch of extra parts on it. It was hilarious.
That's funny that you mentioned Goldwing, because Ghost has here for us a motorcycle that looks out of the future, but Honda actually made it. That is something. I don't know what the thought process is.
It looks like a Honda, a Kawasaki, and a fucking, what is it? Moto Guzzi.
We're all crushed together by a robot and then made into this motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like, dude, look at the passenger pegs that are literally part of the luggage on the side.
Yep.
Hold on, pause. I have to. Goonie has sent two things in. I have to show his gameplay of him slaying something. I don't know what it is.
Is this before or after they fixed the game, the frame rate?
You're gonna have to answer him, Andy. I am not familiar.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. So, like, is that not a computer issue?
No, it's a optimization issue.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm pulling up the live chat.
I've got a beefy as fuck computer, and I was struggling to maintain 60.
Okay, here we go. This is Andy U. Goonie. You literally put Goonie slaying on here. I love it. Is this the game you just got done playing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're familiar with this.
Yeah.
And
I just played the shit out of it, yeah.
So you're all like Star Wars.
So what happens whenever I do these things, I get like re-energized to go back and play all the Star Wars games I love.
So do you notice that typically happens is you play a game and then you're like, oh right, I love games like this, and then
I go to
your
the
next
back
few games
catalog. Yeah. Usually, what ends up happening is that I'll play a game and I'm like, oh, you know what I really liked, and then I'll go back and I'll fire up the Old Republic.
How often do you get totally upset when you go back and play old games?
The games that I play hold up pretty well. Yeah, there are some games like, so back in the day, EverQuest was like the big MMO,
right?
And I played that for years, obsessed. And I think a couple of years back, they had an anniversary, and they made all of their catalog of games, EverQuest, EverQuest 2, all that stuff, free to play for like that whole month.
And you were like,
I was like, you know what? I'll fire it back up. And the original EverQuest, we have come so far in video games is so hard to go back. The UI was taking up like 90% of the space.
Yeah.
There was a game back in the day called Anarchy Online, and it was the first sci-fi MMO.
Yeah.
And I remember back then going like, "Oh, it looks amazing," and I fired it up like 5 years ago on a fan run server.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, there's like 4 pixels here. This is garbage."
Yeah.
I was an idiot. This was horrible.
The worst time that ever happened to me was I was in college, because for you guys that don't know, I went to college for video game design, and we had a class where it's basically like video game history, but they had stations set up with old video games. And
it's hard to go back. We've come a long way.
Well, so like when I was playing, I guess it was like No, it wasn't GoldenEye. It was like Perfect Dark. Do you remember Perfect Dark?
Yep.
Okay, so Perfect Dark had one of those laptop guns, and basically, if you guys didn't play, we'll nerd out on video games for a second. Laptop gun. You pick it up. It's a laptop. You literally just throw it, and it becomes a sentry gun that shoots for you. I loved the shit out of Perfect Dark. I played the absolute hell out of it, and that was one of the games that they had in this class. And like, obviously, you're not sitting in. I don't want people thinking like, I went to school for video game design, and one of the classes I literally just play video games. Like, you have to like write papers on video games and shit. So I'm like, you know,
we
you
know
always
how school works.
Yeah, So I picked a game that I liked a lot, and I started playing it, and I'm like, it looked so bad that it ruined my belief of what I thought about the game.
Playing EverQuest as a grown-ass man,
I have to show people Perfect Dark while you're talking.
Was one of those things where, like, how did we exist in this world of gaming? Like, we have come so far in what we can play that going back in time, like, I will never, there's a fan-run server for Galaxies, I will never fire it up because I don't want to ruin that memory I have of that game. And we already know that you're rickrolling us, so it's not going to work.
It would ruin it, actually. We have to leave it as, wait, why does that sound happen?
Because he did the sound.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, is that automatic?
Yeah.
If you guys don't think I'm going to play this video of a laptop gun for you, you've lost your fucking mind. This is my show. I'll do whatever I want. So, Perfect Dark, this is my childhood right here.
Yep.
Okay? You have to understand. All right, let's go. We don't care. We don't care. Okay. So these are the graphics of this game that I was thinking. Yes, exactly, dude.
That's hard.
Exactly.
That's hard to watch.
Hold on. We got to get to the laptop gun.
It's hard to look at this and go, man.
Oh, there you go. You just chunk it, and it just starts shooting shit.
This is hard to watch.
Uh-huh.
Because I remember this is the same feeling where it's just like, oh man, we have come so far. So the UI of the games like this is not that bad,
right?
But like old EverQuest, the bone stock version of it with no mods, it was just literally like you had a square in the middle of your screen where you could see your character. Everything else was UI, and you're just like, I looked at it and I was like, how did I accomplish anything? We were in raiding guilds.
I'm wondering if it was EverQuest. There was one game, and it was before I went down the rabbit hole of Guild Wars, but there was an MMO, like some online game, and I can't remember what it was, but I got deep into that, but then started playing Guild Wars, and my life was over.
Yeah.
At that point.
Like I said, I refuse to play Galaxies as an adult because I don't want to ruin that.
Interesting. So you actively avoid.
There's a fan run server. There's plenty of them out there. You can fire up the game and blah blah blah. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going to do it because I know.
Yeah.
It was old. It's before World of Warcraft. It's like 2011 or something like that.
Yeah, L-Speed. I'm going to look up at this EverQuest situation so I can. Because it might be EverQuest.
EverQuest, the original UI. Yeah, it was.
Is it what specific EverQuest? Original?
It's the EverQuest. EverQuest is the name of the game. There's EverQuest Next. There's EverQuest 2.
1 second.
Yeah, it was one of those things where.
Oh my good God!
Yeah.
This.
That's not even that's a modded version.
Hold on.
Yeah. That.
Dude, you get this.
And even that is a modded version, but you get all the pieces.
I love that you have this square and most of your screen is taken up, but even with that, it still blocks it.
Yeah. Yeah, the original UI was just like.
Yeah, don't go play this.
When was I think 2011 was when it was shut down. I don't know.
This is hilarious. This has become a video game. That's actually not surprising though.
2003 is when Star Wars Galaxies was.
Holy shit! 20 years ago.
20 years ago. Yeah.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, and I think it was closed down in 11.
So here's what's interesting. Have you ever gone back and played? Did you ever play Pokemon, the video game?
No.
Interesting. So
wasn't my thing.
So if you like, Pokemon is one of those super interesting things where
I was the Final Fantasy group of kids. Where that's
I was in the Final Fantasy, but I was also
no,
more
but
into YouTube.
I'm talking about like getting like the Japanese copies of like the early ones, starting really getting serious when it was 4 here.
Yeah, I didn't pick up Final Fantasy until like 5 here, and then 7 I just went down the path. But like Pokemon's super interesting, where it's a game that's been out for a very long time, and even the very newest one on the Switch has not, like, obviously the graphics are better and shit, but generally as a game, and like there's a little bit of game elements that have changed, but you can go back, and as long as you don't care about color and things looking super pretty, the game holds up. So, but it's because like it was never there to be like this.
I feel this way about most of the Star Wars games I play. There's one in particular that I wish they would redo because it was one of my favorite. It was basically a Halo clone.
Okay.
And I think it was called Republic Commando.
Okay.
And it was a squad-based Halo style Star Wars game, and I loved it. And I'll throw that one in every once in a while.
Oh, so you
and
still...
It's hard, and just gonna.
So how long will you?
But I'll play like Jedi Knight, which is like the older the older games, because I love the fact that was like the first game that you could actually like action combat wield a lightsaber.
Jedi Knights was the first.
It was like the first real one that did like true like freeform fighting. Yeah. With a lightsaber, and they had like player versus player where you would just go at each other with.
Right.
Awesome. There was fucking force push somebody half across the map. It's fucking amazing.
There's something really special about, and it doesn't happen very often, but when you can have a movie franchise that does really well, and you get people really like locked into that like universe, and when you can pull a game off to allow that person who really enjoys being in that like universe to kind of get to do that. Yeah. I don't remember what Spider-Man game there was, but there was a Spider-Man game that did a really good job of like web traversing. Yeah. And that was one of the first games.
The newest one is amazing.
Well, like that was one of the first games that I played, and I was like, this is the closest I'll ever get to being able to experience how fun that was.
My only problem with this with the Star Wars is the fans, really.
Like the actual people?
Yeah.
There's not like Star Wars fans.
Can ruin a thing.
But it also makes it, right? Because if you didn't have fans, it wouldn't get the opportunity to grow into what it is.
I think Hayden Christensen.
Pause. Mike, Twisted Metal. Oh my Jesus.
Yeah. There's a new one coming out.
There's that dude. No.
They're in development. Yep.
If they don't have that fucking clown, the girl that does flower power, and the dude with the viper, I'm going to be upset. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Anyway, the guy that played Anakin, Hayden, said best how I feel about Star Wars, which is that like people like to clown on like the new movies, the prequels and all that stuff. Yeah, the sequels and prequels, and they're all garbage. The original ones. It's just like, it's not your Star Wars. It's for you to take your kid to see Star Wars so they can enjoy it. Yeah. Like they wouldn't. Have you ever watched Dune? The new Dune?
I watched it on an airplane. Yeah.
Have you watched the old Dune?
Didn't even know it was a thing.
Oh my God! I tried to show that to my wife because it was one of my favorite movies growing up.
Pause. L Speed says, "Bo, Starfield, yes or no?"
Absolutely.
What is Starfield?
Starfield is a new video game. Bethesda's coming out. It's like Fallout in space.
Sold.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sold on that.
Yeah. Customize your starships and everything. That's pretty cool.
Oh my God. Yep. All right. I'll hear all about it.
I tried to show her Dune, the original Dune.
Okay.
Patrick Stewart.
The new one's pretty dope. I only watched it on an airplane, but
the old one is there's a lot of airtime.
Oh no, so when I watched Dune, it was like the perfect movie to watch in an airplane.
Yeah.
It was one of those like LA for a bike launch thing,
Yeah.
so I was gonna be on a plane for a
Yep.
while. Started Dune in the beginning, and it was one of those like everything worked perfectly. Where you're like the movie got over. By the way, it gets over, and you're like, oh, so there has to be a 2.
Yeah.
It's not a I wonder if.
The original
But
one.
yeah, it ended it right when
the
airplane
original was
landing.
something like close to 3 hours or something like that long. And there's a lot of empty space, and the writing is
Interesting.
very like flat. But I still loved it because it was
Yeah.
like, it was back in the day. I loved watching that movie, and I tried to show it to my wife, and it's like, oh, this is not for her. She loved the new Dune miniseries. I feel the same way.
Keep talking. People are telling me there's a Twisted Metal thing,
Yeah.
and I have to look into this. Right now.
I feel the same way about Star Wars. The new Star Wars, which I fucking love.
Uh-huh.
They're not for me. They're for the
Right.
next generation of Star Wars fans, and I can see it like that and enjoy them.
Yeah.
And see where it's the same thing with like the video games on Star Wars and stuff. It's
Right.
like people clown on new stuff. I'm like, no, it's fun. I love
Oh
it.
no, I totally agree. Like the new Star Wars is honestly, I find it fascinating that it has perpetuated to the point of like you get generational versions. Because like
Yeah.
I'm just like I enjoy movies. I enjoy just suspending my brain for a brief moment to get to enjoy that. And I think it's fascinating that. Is there anything else that does like Star Wars that has literal decades go by and then you
Star
get
Trek.
Okay, yeah, fair. Pause.
Which also has one of my other favorite video games of all time, which is the MMO for Star Trek Online.
Never played that.
Yeah.
If we weren't demonetized yet, we're
we
gonna
go.
get demonetized because there's a Twisted Metal official teaser from Peacock. We already have this. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Hold on. There's gonna be an ad, probably. Oh my god.
No, straight into it.
Oh my god.
No lube and anything. Just get you
Ugh,
raw
stop,
dogs.
Stop. A Peacock original, and Peacock's already got The Office, bro. Man, Heather's gonna be so excited that this is a thing.
This is hilarious.
Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine.
I could not be more. Yes, yes.
A Lancer with machine guns on the front of it. That's hilarious.
That is great. Wait, is that all? You have to give me more than that.
I mean, they have to tease the clown.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
there he
yes.
is.
Hold on, everybody, be quiet. Oh my god.
Yep, I knew that. They had to
Bro.
tease it. They had to tease it.
I mean, like, if I'm gonna be honest, as far as the tease, that was pretty terrible. But like, that's exciting.
I mean, you seemed hyped.
So, how do you make a series of a game that's literally team deathmatch in vehicles, though?
I mean, there's not really any lore that you have to worry about. you being true to the source material is just like, are they in it?
There's one episode, they go, no, there's 8 episodes, it's one match, and it's just the story of the one match.
Yeah,
Other than the chaos.
that's hilarious.
There's
There's a lot of video games being turned
I'm
into
gonna
shows.
make Heather watch that, and she's gonna be like, "What in the fuck is this?" I'm gonna be like, "Babe, before we met, which was over almost 2 decades ago, this is what I played."
Oh my god.
She's gonna make me go to therapy.
Ghost wants you to look at the Discord
Okay.
thread today.
Okay. Going to the Discord thread.
Yeah, because
Discord's gonna make me do a dumb thing, but
he keeps making it larger and larger.
that's
and
Ghost's way of
larger.
being like, "Hey, you really, hey." All right, Discord hates me so much on my laptop.
What's going on here?
On mine,
Yeah.
Discord's never like. There's always like 47,000 updates every single time I open it. So it's starting.
I honestly think that that Star Wars is one of my favorite, absolute favorite, like fantasy genres, like the sci-fi fantasy.
Star Wars
thing.
is pretty great.
It's-
I will 100% agree with
Fucking
you.
every time I hear a lightsaber go off, I'm just like, it's and then you get to in games customize your lightsaber and stuff, and you're just like, this is fucking awesome.
That is pretty cool.
And then I inevitably go down the rabbit hole of of like looking at battle sabers that you can buy.
What's a battle saber?
It's a combat ready lightsaber that you can buy, and it has like LEDs in it and stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
And you beat the shit out
Ghost,
of
where do I need to go for the Discord thread?
it. In the thread section.
Oh, I see.
Into
No.
Discord.
For fuck's sake.
You know,
go-
like we used to do.
Yeah, live on Two Wheels.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Go up
I
into the
have
threads.
now found it.
Yeah,
I have now found
dingus.
it. Oh my god. Okay.
I also love the Mandalorian for the same reason, because like the lore,
Mandalorian's fine.
the Mandalore lore,
Mhm.
I could do fucking hours on that.
I think we were talking the other day about how I personally really appreciate, not only, this is going to sound strange to everybody, but I appreciate Disney for the fact that I get Star Wars movies that I really like you get the whole feeling of a Star Wars movie, but they've branched it out and they make the series different enough to where I can enjoy the same environment. Oh my god. All right, so yeah, I feel like Disney's doing a good job of giving us big crazy Star Wars movies.
I said it before. I just would love,
but also giving us shows.
I would all I want out of all these spin-offs is for somebody to do a show about the Night Sisters. That's all I give a shit about.
All right, you don't get to say Night Sisters again for this episode. All right, so we're going to jump in Discord real quick. Of course, we have Boner Fett. How could you not have Boner Fett? Also, I don't feel... We need a shot of you just like mad. That would fit better.
I don't know. I feel like that's more on brand for me.
I know. This is what your face would look like
It would
if you were
just
wearing
be that my
this.
weird pseudo Seth Rogen laugh as I'm in the fire spray, like kid chasing after my bounty, and just like
You'd be so fucking amped, and it would make me sick with hilarity. Okay, here we have Smart Wars. May the smart be with you. My fucking god,
that's hilarious.
That's so bad. Okay, Bo before the podcast.
I rock.
This is great.
That's hilarious.
That's fantastic. Just and then randomly new R3 colors. Bless you, motorcycle people. I love it. Also, we did see these at Mountain the other day, and the new purple R3
is pretty gnarly.
It's so good that I told the guys, like, we might need to do a first ride. Like, there's nothing different of the R3. The R3 has not changed in years.
Yep.
It does not change that it's a great bike, but there's something about getting to do camera car footage of like cool bike colors that I'm totally here for. All right, so moving along.
The programmer in me loves this.
Are these soup things?
They're nesting gooses. Look at the
Honk,
order of
honk,
operations.
honk,
No,
honk, honk,
it's
honk.
ho 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 honk unk, 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 because of the way they're nested. The honk is in the middle. Oh my god! It's fucking...
Hey, if it can be, I will ruin it. Just so you guys know. Okay. You will come to SmartCon.
Why do you give pirate? Nice.
Oh, very cool.
Thank you.
And then, no, I want to stay home with my wifey. No, a truer image has never been made.
Yeah.
Everybody screenshot this and make it your photo background on your computer or whatever, or your phone. This is me. This is me.
Also,
Okay.
don't do that.
Don't do that. I mean, do it if you want. I'm not here to tell you what you gotta do. Now this is podcasting. Oh my god.
So, I know that I said this earlier in the show.
Okay.
That I love all of the Star Wars movies. The Phantom Menace could just not exist, and I'd be okay.
No, come on.
The only the only part of Phantom Menace I liked was any part with Qui-Gon Jinn in it, and that didn't last very long. So
But look how cute this little kid is doing a podcast.
he's a horrible actor. But like Qui-Gon Jinn, without getting like super nerdy, is one of my favorite.
Oh no, please,
was
no.
one of my favorite.
Spend the
no.
last 5 minutes of this show
It's
being
one of my
super
favorite.
nerdy.
Okay, in every Star Wars movie,
Who's Qui-Gon Jinn?
that was Obi-Wan's master. All right,
How do you spell Qui-Gon?
Q-U-A-I.
Qui-Gon.
Q-U-I.
QUI.
Gonjinn.
Yeah.
In case you guys are curious, I know how to spell it, but
Here's the thing.
oh, this dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who got fucking schmurdered. Spoiler alert. Here's the thing. Bring it to me.
Oh, sorry.
In all of the Star Wars movies, there is a theme that is almost to the point, and it never quite gets there.
Okay.
And that is bringing true balance to the Force.
Okay.
The problem is the Jedis stop doing that. The problem is the Jedis think that the true balance is fighting for the light side.
Okay.
The Empire thinks it's for the dark side. Could you fucking stop? I respect my time. I reclaim my time.
Oh, sorry.
Get your hand off the fucking switch! Stop! Every side thinks their side needs to be the guys who are in control.
Hold on.
And,
All right, go.
that is not... No. This is a la mode. A la carte.
Okay.
Sorry.
A la carte.
yeah.
I chose this. Okay.
The true balance of the Force is that the Force exists. It's not good or evil.
Mm-hmm.
There is no light or dark. There is just the Force.
Okay.
And there is one sect of the Star Wars universe that believes this wholeheartedly, and that is Grey Jedis. Every movie touches on this and almost gets to the fucking point, and it never does. And Qui-Gon Jinn was the closest thing we had to a Grey Jedi in the movies, and I thought he was one of my favorite characters, and the extended universe on him is great. And that is the only saving grace of the Phantom Menace. Everything else, you can do without.
Is that in your TED Talk?
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Okay. And everybody, that's
Sorry.
Bo's opinion.
Sorry. It's just like watching every movie, I'm like, oh, they're going to do it this time. They're going to do it this time. And then they just, nope. And I'm like, you were right there. You were right there.
If you could say anything to the people that are making Star Wars now, go.
Night Sisters, let's have something on them. And Grey Jedi, please. That's all I want.
From one nerd to another.
That's all I want. Night Sisters, Grey Jedi, let's do it.
Okay. So let's start a petition, petition.org.
Yeah.
That Bo needs to be a consultant on the next Star Wars show or movie.
I mean,
Would you rather have a show or a movie?
I'd rather do a show because you can tell it better. I like a mini series, like Obi-Wan,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
like Obi-Wan was, because that was a very good. Which, by the way, if you haven't watched it, do it. It's amazing.
Do you need to tell people like directly to their face? Watch Obi-Wan.
Go watch Obi-Wan. It's great because Ewan McGregor, he's the best. Obi-Wan.
Arguably the best. Period. Just
He's great in
general.
everything he does.
So Bo and I were having this fun conversation the other
hearing
day.
him talk, and you're just like, ugh.
So Bo and I were
spoil.
talking. I'm not gonna spoil anything. So Ewan McGregor, same guy that did the long way up, down, around, through everything.
Yeah.
I made up through. That guy, anything he's in, I'd watch. He's on that level of actor. Like, I will trust it if he's in it.
The first movie that I remember him ever in was Trainspotting, and that was one of my like go-tos back in the
So
day.
I want this public
Moulin
on the
Rouge,
internet
dude can
because
sing?
this worries me. I'm scared that something's going to come out one day and he's going to have a terrible side or a terrible thing that he does. I don't know what it is, but I have that feeling of I hope it doesn't get ruined.
He's at a point now where I think we would have found out.
You could say that about everybody, but like
Yeah.
randomly people be getting fired and like all like terrible things come out and you're like, oh, no,
But
that
he's
person's
been
ruined
around
now.
a while, and
It's true.
he was around through like the Me Too, and he made it through.
I'm
so-
not saying that he's not on a good run. I just hope he's in position to be ruined.
Yeah, it's just him, Gary Oldman, and Keanu Reeves. If anything, and Tom Hanks. If anything came out about them being horrible people, I think I'd just be like, all right, well, you know what? I'm turning off.
So
Entertainment.
yes on Keanu Reeves. Yes on. That might just be those two, like Keanu Reeves and.
Like, we're gonna find out all four of those people, like. They like blood diamonds. Like that's.
I feel like though,
They hunt for sport.
of all those though, Keanu might be able to get through
He's too
that.
Nice. He's too nice.
He's too nice, but like I think he has that way of like that could come out and to be like he can get out of this.
yeah, we can pull through.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was an interesting show. That had a lot of twists and turns.
I got a little bit of my nerddom out. A
little bit. You guys, just so y'all are clear, Bo could have literally started this episode and talked about the Night Sisters, and it would have ended with me saying, "Hey, it's 6 o'clock. We need to end." I just want you guys to be clear.
I love their story.
That's what I did for
great.
you guys. So if I did anything on this episode, I did that. I saved it for another episode.
Also would like to see a Star Killer show.
Oh my God! Do you have any other nerddoms you want to get out?
No.
Cool. All right, guys. That's the end of Live on Two Wheels for this episode. If you guys want to support the show, make sure to hit that like button. Join the membership stuff. We give away motorcycles over on WBRgarage.com. You guys can go check that out. Leave us likes, like the stuff, and we'll see you on the next week. Ghost, do you have any idea what
May
we're
the
doing
fourth be with you.
Oh my God. I don't know what we're doing next week, and none of us do. We'll find out later.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more.
Because I don't know.
Guys, yeah, none of us do. You guys have a good week, and we'll see you on the next one. And to sign out, we will say, may the fourth be with you.
And then tomorrow will be the Revenge of the Fifth.
Yes. Jesus Christ.